Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets is a 2017 film directed by Luc Besson and starring Dane DeHaan and Cara Delevingne, and it's based on the 1960s and 70s comic book series titled Valerian and Laureline, which is more or less a European version of Star Wars. Anyways, I'm doing a meme review for this movie because I watched it and I thought it was just so odd. Like, it's a mediocre movie, but there's just so many weird things about it. It's tough to explain. Whatever, I'm getting into the summary of this movie because why the hell not? Alright, now the movie starts out on explaining what the City of a Thousand Planets is. So, essentially, it's world building. And it's actually a really cool and pretty original scene here, how it shows how all the extensions to the International Space Station are coming together with different countries and cultures. And then you see aliens come in and they start adding their own pieces to the International Space Station until there are 1,000 species on this space station. Hence, the City of a Thousand Planets. And then the space station gets so thick that it's messing with Earth's gravitational pull or something like that. And so they put giant rockets on it and it fucks off.
Bye, have a great time.
Alright, here's the movie. Haha, just kidding. You thought this was the start of the movie. No, it's just another world building scene that goes on for a really, really long time. This scene is actually one of the most boring I've ever watched in a movie before, and nothing to it is explained. Like, you don't know why they're developing this planet of these indigenous, like, tribal aliens or whatever. Like, you're just kind of seeing their world, like, do this stuff and how it's powered by these, like, radioactive pearls or whatever, and you're like, cool, what does this have to do to the story? And then the planet just fucking, the planet just gets destroyed. I shit you not. It shows you this entire beautiful planet, right? And then it just gets destroyed, and that's the end of that. Like, I shit you not. It's like a 10-minute scene, and it just ends with it getting destroyed, and you're just left with that. You have no idea what the fuck is going on, why that was introduced in the first place. I could not tell you how confused I was when I was watching this for the first time. And then it's time for the movie to start. Then we're introduced to the main characters, and oh wait, this is just world building. This isn't the actual movie. Fuck! We're introduced to Dane DeHaan, who's playing Valerian, and oh my god, I'm gonna love this movie. Cara Delevingne as Laureline, and let me tell you, damn. Anyways, this next scene is just another one that you can basically fast forward. It's 5 minutes of them bantering back and forth, and well, here's what we learn about the two. We learn that Valerian is this hotshot, super arrogant guy who likes to have sex, aka Captain Kirk from Star Trek, and we learn that Laureline is hot. I don't know, her character doesn't really develop till later in the movie. Anyways, then they land on this planet, and then the plot kicks off. I'm just kidding, this is the side plot. I didn't mention earlier that I nicknamed this movie Valerian and the Story of 1,000 Subplots, because that's exactly what this movie is. 90% of this film's runtime is a subplot. I shit you not. So let's get started. The first subplot is actually pretty original and creative. They have to go to this intergalactic marketplace that they can access on other planets through a specific headset and gloves, which sounds a lot like the Oasis actually, and is really cool. They have to make sure that this fat ass guy doesn't get like this converter thing or whatever. Like, you don't know what the importance of it is, but you don't care. This scene is actually really well done. It's fun, it's original, it's creative. There's so many ideas flowing through this scene, and it's just so cool. I love it. This part of the movie really sets your expectations up, and there's some really cool original ideas. Like, obviously, like I said, the intergalactic marketplace, which you can access from other planets. Also, like this right here, like there's a gun where you can shoot people with it, right? And you can take control of their central nervous system, control their body. Holy shit, this is cool, man. That is cool. I want to see more of shit like this in movies. Like, that is really cool. But whatever, then they get this converter thing from Fat Ass, and then they set up a sequel in the process.
I'll find you, Federal Agent Valerian. Wherever you are in the universe, I'll find you, and I will kill you.
That we'll never see. But then when they're getting away, shit goes to hell in a handbasket, and all of a sudden Fat Ass sends his puppy to go get them.
Fetch.
Until they kill his puppy.
Shoot, he ruined my dress.
Seriously, Laureline, you're caring about your dress? Didn't your entire battalion just get fucking murdered in cold blood? You care about your dress? Bitch. And then the actual plot gets started. Oh, you thought the plot actually got started. No, it's more world building where it shows you the city of 1,000 planets. You know the thing that they spent 5 minutes on already? World building? Yeah, they spent another 5 minutes on it again. And then you're introduced to this general character, and all you know about him is that he's a dick. And then it just goes on to boring politics and shit until all of a sudden they get ambushed, and the commander dude, who's a dick, gets captured. And everyone gets frozen in like this goo. And then there's a really cool, really well done chase sequence where they have to try and get their commander back. Although Valerian is not very smart and nearly kills him. Good thing their ship splits up into 1,000 little tiny ships. Wait, these original ideas are kind of getting ridiculous. And then Valerian goes from a big ship to a tiny ship, and oh my god, there's so much going on in this scene. This is crazy. And then Valerian dies. I'm not joking. He actually fucking dies. Then Laureline is like, I have to go after this asshole. So she beats up these guards and then goes and recruits the Jar Jar Binks of this movie. Fucking hell, these guys are annoying. And thus sparks subplot number 2. So she has to be able to see where Valerian is at, because she has no fucking clue where he is. So the way to do this was a subplot in a $180 million movie. So listen to this. She has to go to this drunken submarine pirate so that she and the pirate can steal a jellyfish from a whale so that she can shove her head up its ass, because this jellyfish has a specific chemical in its asshole where you can see exactly what you want. And so she has to do this, but you can't put your head in its ass for more than a minute or else it will start dissolving your brain. This was a subplot in a $100 million movie. Anyways, she does that and has her head up its ass for more than a minute, and yet her brain does not get dissolved because movie. Then she goes to Valerian, conveniently brings him back to life, and then immediately gets captured because she's looking at butterflies. Thus sparks subplot number 3. Now it's Valerian's turn to save Laureline from these weird, stupid, fat creatures. So in the panic and everything of him trying to figure out what to do, obviously he goes to a strip club. And I shit you not, guys, he actually goes to a fucking strip club in his time of panic. However, while we're there, we are met with one of the best sequences in the entire movie. Yep, she's like this shape-shifting stripper lady, and yeah. However, then Valerian takes over the situation, kills Mr. Pimp, and then he literally takes this stripper lady hostage. I shit you not, guys. Now hear me out again. This is a subplot in a $180 million movie. He has to wear this jello stripper bitch in order to look like one of these fat ass aliens so that he can save his partner. $180 million. But let me explain it. So they're in this thing, right? And there's like this Congo lion to get food to this fat ass king, right? And he's like spitting everything out. But then he sees the real deal, right? The real meal for $5, Laureline or Cara Delevingne. And I don't blame him, right? I mean, she looks tasty.
Hi.
Yep, and so what they do is they break out of their disguise, murder the king, and escape. So yes, their plan fucking worked. God damn this movie. And then this jello stripper bitch dies, because why not? She's basically a plot device. Then the actual plot starts. I shit you not, guys. And you're super disappointed that it does. Why? Because the movie gets really, really slow and it never picks up. It's so boring. It's like 40 minutes of them literally just finding these aliens. So yeah. Oh, now time for a crap ton of explaining and exposition from me, because I have to explain all of what this shit is going on. Whew. Let's go. Alright, so you know those aliens at the very beginning of the movie who they were world building and you have no idea why they were world building? Yeah, those are these aliens right here who are alive, who stole the captain because he has this converter thing which was able to like multiply a bunch of these uranium pearls or whatever for some fucking reason, which powers their planet. Why? I don't know. They're looking to rebuild their planet inside this ship that they created, and they need this converter to multiply more pearls. My brain is dissolving as I'm explaining this. And they realize that the commander is this bad guy because he lost like 500,000 soldiers in one day and he wanted to end the battle quick. And he didn't know that there were aliens on this planet, right? And so he destroyed the planet because he thought he was inhabited, and now he's the bad guy. And like, he's not the bad guy. I'm with him on this right here. He lost 500,000 soldiers in a day. What the hell else are you supposed to do? Anyways, they end up beating the shit out of him. He turns these giant robots who are for some reason in this movie against everyone, and they have a very, 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 very lame action sequence at the end of the film, and then bam, movie's over. It's over like that. I shit you not. And then it leaves you on like this awkward high note, right? Of like, man, I want to see more of this, but at the same time, I don't want to see a shitty ass plot like I just saw. Anyways, the movie itself actually isn't that bad. Mediocre movie. I mean, it's nothing great. It's nothing terrible. Whatever. I think Cara Delevingne does a pretty good job of her character. Dane DeHaan, not so much. But whatever, I'm not getting into the acting here. I'm getting into the real problems of this movie. The writing for this movie was so fucking terrible. This plot was so poorly constructed, and not to mention the subplots were just plain retarded. However, they certainly beat whatever the hell main plot was. I did my best to explain what it was, and I know that I missed a lot of key pieces. This plot was crazy. Alright, there's so much going on, but at the same time, there's a slow pace to the movie. It makes no sense. The writing of this movie is just so bad I can't get past it. The CGI for this film is phenomenal. The $180 million that went to this movie obviously all went to the special effect. It is done very, very well. And that's another thing. I think this movie's directed very well. Like, I know Luc Besson wrote this shitty-ass script, but he also directed the movie as best he could. I can make the generalization that Luc Besson is an excellent director, but a terrible writer. I thought that the action was mostly pretty good, with exception of that anticlimactic ending, but for the most part, the action was done really well. Like this running through the walls scene, or this sequence right here. Multiple sequences in the film were actually very exciting and very original. Like I said, there are tons of original ideas in this movie. I'm kind of split on this movie overall. I like the originality and the creativity, the CGI, and the directing of this movie. What I don't like is the writing. And like, yeah, you might think, oh, it's just the writing that's bad. Well, yes, but the writing is not just bad. The writing is god-awful fucking shit. And I cannot get past that. My overall review for this movie, I'm going to give it, I'll probably say around a 5 out of 10. It's not bad, but it certainly could have been better. But unfortunately, the writing just made this movie garbage, and it flopped. And you know those sequels, and this movie, like I said, it built up to the one sequel with Fat Ass here.
I'll find you.
It built up to a couple other sequels as well throughout the movie, and we're never going to get to see them because Europa and Luc Besson has rape allegations. So we're never going to get to see the sequel to this movie. Kind of sucks. I want to see Laureline's character again. She's hot. Anyways, that's going to be it for today. I will see you guys later. Have a nice day.